Welcome back to European Railway number 50. We continue this programme with a visit to Belgium and the main route linking Aachen in Germany to the port of Antwerpen. Our starting point is overlooking the impressive viaduct near Monson, as we then move gradually westwards, looking at a number of locations before pausing at Visé as the line crosses the river Meuse and the Albert Canal. We continue northwest towards Tongeren, where we look at two locations to the north and to the south of the town, before we finish at Ussult. In 1915, the 1,107 metre long Moronnay Viaduct was opened to traffic and today dominates the skyline around the town that bears its name. In 2002, work began to replace the steel spans, which were showing signs of serious decay. Major remedial work was completed in 2004. In 2008, the line was electrified and is now the principal freight route linking Belgium with Germany. The viaduct also acts as the changeover point between the Belgian 3000 volts DC and the German 15 kV AC electrified systems. Electric locomotives drop and raise their pantographs as they travel over the bridge. Class 28 Trax Type 186 locomotives dominate the route, together with Class 66 diesels. This train is seen heading east towards Germany. This single horsepower form of traction enjoys the evening peace, before it is shattered by Class 66 number PB17, seen heading east over the structure on Wednesday the 20th of July 2013. This is the site of the closed station at Remmerdal, as Trax Class 186 number 2819 heads east. After passing the camera, the train will cross over the 390 metre Remmerdal Viaduct and then into the 795 metre long tunnel just the other side. Another significant piece of railway architecture along the line is the 530-metre long viaduct that takes the line over the River Meuse. Built by the Germans in 1917, the viaduct was added to in the late 1930s to take the line over the Albert Canal, which links Liège with Antwerpen. The canal was formally opened on July 30th, 1939. Passenger services join Line 24 at Gland, where the line becomes Route 34. This is the view north of Tongeren, near to the road crossing at Eren-Elderen, as Class 18 number 52 heads south. Very similar to Class 18 are Class 19. Here number 1912 is on the rear of this Tongeren to Blankenberg service. Following along behind are units numbers 436 and 324, forming a train for Antwerpen. Class 66 diesels were surprisingly common, with around a quarter of the freight trains seen hauled by one of the class. This is Crossrail's number 6311, seen heading north. An interesting light engine move just a few minutes later saw a pair of brand new Class 19s and two older Class 27s, probably on their way to Quincampoix depot. The crossing gates remain down to allow safe passage for number 2827 on this northbound working. Early the following morning, and we are on a quiet farm bridge just south-east of the village of Neerum. Heading north is number 1852 at just after 7 a.m. Just behind the locomotive is the junction with freight line number 24, which diverges here and continues to the viaduct at Moresnet. The line to the right continues to Liège. From here to Asselt, the line is much busier, with rarely a few minutes going by without something to be seen. Unit number 389 is seen working the 0718 from Liège to Antwerpen. We now move north and to the southern outskirts of Oosselt, where we see number 2826 on a southbound freight from Antwerpen to Gremberg Yard. Engineering work here meant that there was a temporary speed restriction in place. A pair of Class AM96 units, in the form of numbers 482 and 526, work a northbound service on Thursday the 11th of July. During our visit to the line, we were seeing anything up to 12 movements each hour during the busy times and at least 8 when it was quieter. Heading one of the hourly stopping services to and from Antwerpen is AM83 unit number 483. Ten minutes later, and it is the turn of number 1919 to round the corner at the rear of the 0606 service from Blankenberg. Finally, number 2819 heads north with a rake of containers at just after 9:15 in the morning. The city of Graz is surprisingly busy when it comes to railways, and with the opening of the new high-speed rail line to Klagenfurt from 2023, it looks set to increase its dominance. Today there are a number of busy main and rural lines that link the city with nearby communities. We take a look at one of these, linking Graz with the town of Feldbach. From Feldbach we journey north towards Gleisdorf, stopping off at a number of locations en route. Arriving at Feldbach is an example of the typical Austrian traction to be seen on the line, in the shape of a pair of Class 5022 D0 diesel units. These work services to Fehring and to Szent Gotthard in Hungary. Supplementing the D0 train sets are Class 2016 diesels, which operate push-pull stock on the busier services popular with commuters. The 21-kilometre branch up to Bad Geichenberg is electrified and operated by the Steiermärkische Landesbahnen, using a pair of railcars. One of them, number ET2, is seen coming off the branch at the east end of the station with the 1441 arrival. The units date from 1930, just a year before the line was opened, but both have been heavily rebuilt since. At the other end of the station, 2016-081 departs on its journey towards Graz. We now move west to Kniebing station as number 5022055 arrives whilst forming the 1408 from Graz to Fehring. Around a kilometre further west of Niebing, we see two shots of another pair of 5022 units forming the 1539 Vering to Graz. These units are very similar to the German Class 642, with over 60 sets having been delivered from 2004. The single-track line follows the flat valley of the Raab river for much of its length, until well inside Hungary. Passing loops are situated at most of the large towns, and a half-hourly service is maintained during the peak periods. The corn in the fields here is late this year, and by now would normally obscure this sort of view, where the long straight to the station at Ruhr exaggerates the effect of the 29-degree heat. Number 2016013 powers the 1508 from Graz to Vering. This is the station at Studenzen-Fladnitz, as the 1538 from Graz arrives with one of the Steiermärkische Landesbahnen's Class 2016s providing the power. A family of white storks appear to have the ultimate piece of shade as they survey the station at the top of a nearby phone tower. Attempts to strengthen wing muscles provide a beneficial movement of air to the other members of the family sharing the accommodation. Whilst occurrences in Britain are rare, these birds have been recorded in all months of the year. They are, though, very common on mainland Europe. Meanwhile, back with the trains, 3 Class 5022 units make up the 1616 service from St. Gotthard to Graz, as they approach the station at exactly 5 p.m. Passenger traffic dominates on this route, although some freight movements can also be seen, although none were noted in our 4 hours next to the line during the late afternoon. 2016-081 returns from Graz on the rear of this train, the 1608 from Graz to St. Gotthard. The Class 2016s date from between 2002 and 2004. With 100 in service, they are common in the south and eastern parts of the country. Fitted with a 2000 kilowatt MTU engine, the locomotives are some of the quietest diesels around. We move north once more, and we are at the closed station at Kreuzbach-Zubing, as the 1708 from Graz to Viering heads south after the station stop at Tachern St. Margareten. This scene shows a Class 5022 after it has just left Studenzen-Fladnitz. Our final scene shows 2016062 leaving the station at Tachern St. Margueriten with a commuter service for Viering. Probably one of the busiest railway centres in Germany is the city of Hannover. In this section we look at freight and passenger traffic at Lierte to the east of the city before concentrating on the line through Wunstorf in the west, before we briefly head north on the line out to Bremen. We are just east of the popular train watching station at Lierte, where the three main lines that run through the platforms go their separate ways, via a set of flyovers and level junctions. One line heading off to Wolfsburg, the other to Braunschweig, and the third south to Hildesheim. Heading towards the camera is the 1219 Emden to Cottbus via Berlin intercity service. Providing the power is number 120-130. The date is Monday the 8th of July. Seen coming off the line from Wolfsburg is this double-deck stock powered at the rear by a Class 111. Two Hannover area Class 424 head towards the camera, with the 1534 from Hannover to Hildesheim. Our other camera was situated on the line that curves away due south, where we see the two units once more on the sweeping east to west bend. One 85516 has been in service for over 10 years now and is currently working for DB Schenker. Before that it was on passenger duties with Connex. Class 120s are regular performers through here on intercity duties. This one heads west. Services to Braunschweig are generally in the hands of Class 146 electrics operating double-deck stock. Local trains on the Wolfsburg line are in the capable hands of Class 112s. A pair of Class 424 are seen heading for the junction with a service from Hildesheim to Hannover. This area is one of the best we've seen for the sheer variety of motive power to be found working on a wide range of services, something which you will see as the programme continues. In the opposite direction is Class 152 electric number 109 on a short welded rail train. Class 218s are regular performers in the area. Here 218447 heads a train for the Braunschweig line. ICE train sets are also common on this route, with at least 4 trains per hour being seen. Finally, this Class 111 powers at the rear of this regional service bound for Hannover. We now move across to the west of the city and to the 6-track main line that runs through the junction at Wunstorf. This is a particularly busy stretch of line, with nearly constant activity with large quantities of freight, local and intercity passenger traffic to be seen. We are just east of the station as Class 152, number 152013, slows with a trainload of finished cars. The time is just after 20 to 7 in the evening. Class 146s are again seen on regional services, such as this one bound for Bremen. We were kept on our toes with the frequency of trains seen. This is 185192. At 10 to 7, this pair of Class 424 slow to await access to the station. They are waiting for Taurus Electric number 182912 to clear the point work with a container train from Bremen. The trains and the different locomotive types keep on coming. In this view we have 155084, 482049 and 120013. You don't know what you'll see next on this line, as it's always full of surprises. Take this view for instance, as we see ex-DB Class 215, number 225100, now operating for BBL Logistic. DB's 152005 is wearing advertising livery. The train slows for a signal check at just before 7:20. We were pleased to capture this pair of ex-DR electrics on film. Numbers 142, 118 and 103 add to the motive power variety as they head east. The locos were part of a batch that went to Switzerland, before returning to Germany to work for private operators Westfälische Allmetallbahn. Another pair of Class 424 units passed the camera on a service from Hannover to Minden. A mass of track work and overhead wires is accentuated by the setting sun as 185059 comes off the Bremen route with an eastbound freight. Wunsdorf station can be seen in the far distance. Track maintenance firm Weber Group has various locos on its books, including number 6, which is ex-DB Class 216032. Prior to working for the Weber Group, it used to work in Italy, when it was purchased by Italian track maintenance company Impresa Francesco. Its latest owners have now expanded into the general freight business, as can be seen here. This Class 402 ICE2 set is about to meet a Class 401 set coming the other way. Both ICE2 and ICE1 formations are common on this line. We now move to our final spot and to Pogenhagen station on the line north to Bremen. Seen heading south is MRCE Taurus Hire Loco number 1116063. After 146101 had passed us heading north to Bremen, 185160 was then in view heading south with an intermodal service. Yet another loco class to add to the variety that we've seen so far is SBB Cargo's Class 421 RE44, number 421375. Finally in this programme we see 101-111 on the rear of this, the 1935 service, from Oldenburg to Magdeburg. The train is passed by sister locomotive number 101017 on the 1623 from Dresden to Oldenburg. As this programme draws to a close, we hope that you have enjoyed this extended 50th edition of European Railway.